You look at the budget we are spending. Let us not read them in bits. The table 3 summarizes what happened. Page 31, table 3. It has the initial budget of 52.7. Then it has the revised budget of 61.67. Then it has the warranted budget of 50.17. And of that, we spent 48.68. Now, you are asking, where did you get that money? All of that is in this book, Mr. Chairman. It summarizes everything, and all of them are disclosed in the consolidated statement.
Just look through it. Is that we've given a budget of 52. You are only able to warrant 50. But during the budgetary process, you bombarded the parliament with a parliamentary request of 80 trillion. Of 8 trillion. How do you, even if I was running a kiosk, that would request an explanation? Because it seems from your tail end, there is nothing like budget discipline. You don't stick to what budget you have issued. You don't do anything, and it's been consistent. It's not merely an audit question, but it requires a solid explanation. Because we are going through ministerial policy statements, Sujui budget framework paper, Sujui what. You don't even have the money to warrant the whole budget. And then you process the supplementary. And I attended your first brief to the budget committee when you had just taken over as a PSST. If we had to draw back that submission, I was very inspired. I said, we now have a new day. And I was very inspired. We now have said the supplementary will be, said the parliament rejects supplementary. This revision of the budget is bogus. You used very tough language. But here you are, 4 years. 4 years, you've been there 4 years. It's even getting worse in terms of budget discipline. Let me put it to you, in the eyes of Ugandans, gross budget indiscipline. It's not a good parliamentary language, but I have no better choice. This is gross budget indiscipline on part of government, and with intention of 3%, which you do and bring here,
Mr. Chairman,
and it is explained.
You are using very strong words every single day to make the budget better, and it is getting better. So for you to sit there and you start using those platitudes, it's not acceptable.
No, order, Mr. Chairman.
The budget.
Order, Mr. Chairman. Point of order.
Not acceptable.
Order, Mr. Chairman. Point of order. The powers vested in the chairman are those powers of the Speaker of Parliament. And before you here, you have members of Parliament, you have technical staff, and you are witness before you. I am seeing a situation where one of your witnesses, the PSST, is about to overlap your powers by giving decisions which are supposed to be made by you because of the language you have used, which on our side, we haven't felt any harm on them. So is it in order for your witness, leaving facts that it comes from Butambara like you, to come before us here and start usurping your powers by giving orders to you, yet even us who might have had other issues on him are playing a cool role because of your powers? Is it in order, Mr. Chairman?
Order, and is a professor of economics. He defines in economics, which I studied very elementary, there's what we call budget indiscipline, and that term is there. And if I were to tell him as a former teacher to define budget indiscipline, I don't think it will not relate to this, but for another day. For purposes of continuity, let us accept and continue. So, let's move. Now, it is, I've not ruled, but let's continue. But for me, from my word, I want to stick and tell government in the face that this continued impunity and behaving like this borders on budgeting discipline.
It takes a real man to sit in that office and say no to certain things. Because you remember the late Keith used to say, he used to say no, and he says, if you want to sack me, sack me. But I have said no. So it is not a very, certain things not done because he doesn't want. But I think we have also, we ourselves have also failed to support him, because the Public Finance Management Act was supposed to be amended, and I remember signing a motion which you were the mover and I a seconder, to try and remove that 3% window. Yeah, because they actually use that window to do what they want to do. So what happened to that amendment? It's for another day. You may not respond to me, but we have failed to support their office. A PSST, the Minister of Finance is the President. He has a Minister of Finance who is there but holding for the President. So certain times, if we are talking about budgeting discipline, then let us refer that indiscipline to the executive.